Today we're going to talk about own root, grafted, and bare root. What is the difference? If you're new to roses, or if you love roses like I do, then this video is for you. And if you're new around here, I'm Chai Ming, a garden designer and educator here in Los Angeles, California. I'm excited to share that I'm a 2025 Heirloom Roses Ambassador, which means I'm going to have monthly meetings with Heirloom Roses rose experts. Also, in June, I get to visit the farm. In a little bit, I'll show you the roses I just got in the mail. But for now, let's talk about all these roots. First off, it's January, which means it's about to be bare root rose season. A lot of roses are grown and then dug up as bare roots. Literally, their roots are bare, so there's no soil, then shipped out to either your home or to a local nursery, then potted up and then sold on the retail floor. Now, a grafted rose simply means that there was a rootstock that was started and then a variety that you may like was grafted on top. Now, I typically don't purchase my roses from big box retailers, but I was at the hardware store and of course I went through the nursery aisles. I saw this rose, it was on my list, and I decided for research purposes only, I had to get it. So this is Cathedral Bells. It was only $19.99 and it looked healthy enough. Now, the graft is a little bit off center. This cane, I'm not sure what happened here, but this looks like it could be the original rootstock and then got chopped off. Let's talk about some pros for grafted roses. Then we'll talk about own root roses as well. So I mentioned the rootstock. The rootstock has been grown out at least a year, maybe 2 years, and is a vigorous variety, but you may not want the flower. So that's why there is a rootstock. Now this goes for roses and fruit trees, and it's a bit of a Frankenstein plant. Another reason why roses are grafted is this is faster to produce and get to retail shelves and then into your hands. These plants typically look bigger because the cuttings are grafted onto the rootstock and they grow much faster. These cuttings don't have to grow roots and they're simply matched up with the rootstock and they take off. So you can see I decided on this one because I see really good leaf growth and no sign of disease or pests. I do like this formation of the canes where it has a bit of an empty center, so there will be really good airflow. And even though this graft union is a little off-centered, I think I can live with it for now and see. With grafted roses, I've seen numerous sources say different things about where to plant. So in Southern California, because we have pretty mild weather, we can get away with quite a bit. So when it comes to Southern California, I have seen sources say that you can plant with the rootstock exposed. The benefit of that is if there were suckers that come out of the rootstock, meaning canes that are rootstock canes and not the variety you want, it's easy to access and cut them off. It's easy to see them and prune them off. If you live in an area that has true frost, I've seen sources say that you want to bury the graft union in order to protect the plant. Look up where you live, which zones, and I would reference the experts in your region. Now, as for the negative sides of grafted roses, if any of these canes fail, you've lost the plant. The rootstock will not produce this variety if the canes fail. So if for whatever reason, pest, disease, weather, things out of your control, something happens to the plant, there's a chance you will lose that variety. In some cases, depending on how well it was grafted, I've seen sources say that the rootstock canes take over and then the graft fails and you've lost that variety as well. The graft actually can fail even 2 years later after planting. So when that happens, you've lost your plant. So enough about the grafted rose, let's talk about own root roses. This is a 1 gallon own root rose. The name is Louise Clements. It was sent to me by Heirloom Roses. As part of my ambassador program, I am adopting 10 new roses and obviously I'm very excited. So you can see, I have to use my arm so you can see, I feel like one of those makeup influencers. But you can now see like the canes are a lot thinner. This is a younger plant, but is not less vigorous. So the benefit of an own root rose is if any of these canes were to fail, there is no rootstock. This is Louise Clements from top to bottom. The entire plant is this variety. And the way this is produced is there is a cutting and then it has been rooted and then grown out this way. If you see a named variety, it is done by cuttings. There are some other ways to produce roses, but we'll save that for another video. And so you can see this rose is waking up and has little tiny leaflets, super healthy. So the majority of roses sold in retail are going to be the grafted roses. They are faster to produce and to get to you. It was just a few years ago that I learned about own root roses, and I've ordered from Heirloom Roses before. Heirloom Roses is really proud that they only sell own root roses. They truly believe in that method of growing roses. In the beginning, this plant may have a slower start that meets the eye. So while this looks like a smaller plant, it is also growing roots that we can't see. It may look smaller on the top, but it's actually working really hard to produce strong roots, which means in the long term, this will be a more vigorous plant. No one at my house wants to open these boxes with me, but I know you will. So let's get these open. If you haven't already guessed, they're roses. Roses are one of my favorite flowers, and I already have, I think, 30. And since I love roses so much, I applied to be an Heirloom Roses Ambassador, and guess what? I got selected for 2025. I can't wait to show you what I picked. So this box is roses. I'm using my foraging knife because that's what was handy and fast. This is a really heavy box, so I think these are their amendments. I'm gonna bring this down for a second. Okay, so in here, and their packaging is so good. I'll bring you closer so you could see. Okay, so packing slip says, Founders Fish Fertilizer. Roses love fish fertilizer, if you didn't already know that. Then there's the Heirloom Roses bone meal, 100% aged cow manure, and 100% natural mint compost by Heirloom Roses. So here we go. This I think is the fish. Ooh, it's a big bottle. Founders Fish Fertilizer. Oh, a little catalog. I love this size catalog. I can stick this in my purse and take it with me to the nursery. I can just leave it on the coffee table. Look at how beautiful these roses are. The reason why I wanted to partner with them is they're known for only growing and selling own root roses. We gotta keep unpacking. There's so much stuff. Okay, so, oh, here's another fish, Founders Fish, I believe. Yes, I am set for this season for all my roses. Okay, and then there's bone meal in a bag. And then here, I believe, I have the mint compost. And you can order these on their website for your own garden too. I'll have a code for you. Here's the mint compost. And then, this is really heavy stuff. Aged cow manure. So I will go through all of those things, but let's get back to the plants. Okay. I don't think my table's big enough. Oh. Okay, so let's put the boxes over there. Put the fertilizer there. There's my little catalog. Okay, let's do this box. I'm going to show you my address, but it's so cute. It has a little flower. Okay, let's open this. You can see how wonderfully it's packed in there. So those are 2 more roses. Here's one more box. And I'd love to know your favorite roses. Oops. Where's the, there we go. I'd love for you to tell me what your favorite roses are, which ones you want to grow or you're growing currently, and also where you're growing, what zone you're growing in. I'm in zone 10B in Los Angeles, California, and roses grow a little differently here in Southern California. They don't ever truly go dormant where I am. So one other part of this ambassador program that is super duper exciting for me, and the real reason why I applied, we have monthly meetings where we talk about roses. We get to nerd out about all the specifics and details on how to grow roses. Obviously, more plants is always a perk, but it's really about the education, and I'm so excited because I get to share that with you. Oh, she sent me a sweatshirt. Hi, Mama. My cat wants to come join. Come here, Mama. You want to come up? Mama, where are you? Come here. You want to come see? Okay, come see. Say hi, friends. Okay, you can stay right here. Maybe he smells the fish. Okay, so let's open up my sweatshirt. This is gonna come in handy. We're having an abnormally warm day today. Yesterday was in the high 70s and it's January. Oh, how cute. I love it. And then look how pretty the back is. Proud of our roots. Okay, so we're gonna put this here. Oh my gosh, there's books in here. I love books. Oh, how cute. This is such a nice little surprise package and welcome for the ambassador program. A notebook, so I can write all the notes about the roses. And the front it says roses. A prickly bush or shrub that typically bears red, pink, yellow, or white fragrant flowers native to north temperate regions. And the second definition is my hobby or obsession. So cute. Love that. And the Rose Doctor. This is so helpful because just thumbing through it, you can see like, what if my rose looks like that? And it gives all the information, like this one is ghost spots. Oh my gosh, thrips. Oh my gosh, thrips, no good. So it goes over it. This is by Gary A. Ritchie. And wow, look how good that is. Oh, this is the part about plants that I like to nerd out about. Yes, it's awesome to buy new plants. That's always a lot of fun, but just learning the deep knowledge that you can get from people who have more experience and also nerd. Anyway, so people with more experience and just share that knowledge. It's amazing. So this is their 2024 catalog, full size, but look, in full color. Like, you need this catalog. They're so pretty. Oh, which one is this? Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. Oh, it's called Compassion. Like, look at that color. I am a huge fan right now of this kind of like pinky, corally color palette. I want all the colors and I can't wait to show you all the things I'm getting. Oh, I just said color palette and the gardener's palette. Look at that. Wow, I feel so blessed and so spoiled right now. Okay, we need to unbox one more box. But look at how pretty. This one is a sunset palette. And then there's just all these different, I've lost my words. If you wanted to, oranges, purples, and greens. And this is by Joe Thompson from the Royal Horticulture Society. Oh my gosh, okay. So anyways, really excited about this. Okay. Put this away so I can open this last box. And all this to say, you're going to see a lot more rose content on my channel because now I'm going to get to share my passion. I got so excited about opening my boxes and sharing, and I think at this point, you can classify me as a crazy plant person. I also do love animals. I have chickens, I have my cat here, I have 2 dogs, and I have countless plants. I don't even know. So let's talk more about the roses that just arrived. We'll open this very last one. I have ordered from Heirloom Roses on my own. That's how I knew it was a brand that I wanted to work with. So they are so good about labeling everything that you don't need to know what you're doing necessarily. You can be a beginner. They're so good at instructions and labeling that a pure beginner can start with Heirloom and know that they're in good hands. So here, it literally says open here. And in shipping, it arrived like this. It was upright. Now, on the inside, this one is a 4-box. And you can see the center has dividers to keep the plant separate and not fall over in the box. And on the box in here, it says how they recommend to grow. So this first one is you want to pick your location. They said you want to prepare your soil. And on here, no granular fertilizer. No granular fertilizer for the first year. I haven't seen too many people talk about that. The reason being those young roots could get burned by the fertilizer. And then here, 1 to 2 inches of water per week. So roses love water, but they don't like a soggy bottom, wet feet, so you have to think of it like that. And then for new roses, you want to water them 2 to 3 times a week. And don't water them from above, water them from below if you can, just at the soil level, because that minimizes spread of disease. Are you ready to find out what I got? So this box has Leonardo da Vinci and hot cocoa, 2 each. This is a 1 gallon size. You can see really nice, really healthy canes. It's starting to wake up actually. So you can see right here, there's little leaflets, and there's a ton of leaf buds coming out. I'm really excited for this one. This one is the Leonardo da Vinci, and I have 2 of each because I'm going to pot them up. This one is hot cocoa, and you can see side by side, it's a different variety, and you can tell the canes are different. You can see this cane has a little bit of purple coloring in it. This one is all green. And then this one is also hot cocoa. Okay, and this is Leonardo. So you can tell that they're different just by side, even though the flower isn't on there yet. So we're gonna put, these are hot cocoa. We're just gonna put them here for now. They're in the shade. I want them to acclimate to my climate, and I'm going to get scissors to cut off the zip tie because they've been packed really well. You can see to make sure that there's moisture in there and also the soil from moving around in the box during shipment. And then there's also a stake in the middle to make sure it's growing well. So they've really thought of everything when it comes to shipping the roses. Now, the next one, I think taking the center divider out first is a good idea. And then creates a little bit more room. Also, of course, roses, you deal with thorns, so, there we go. Okay, here we go. So this one was Loves Me Not. This one. And then this one, Louise Clements. This one's Perfume Factory. And then I have a few more. So this is Lady of Shalott. Very excited about that one. And this one is Sunbelt Plum Perfect. My friend Galena, Microflower Farm, said this is a must-have. Got really strong canes, you can see that already. Okay, so we have Wallerton Old Hall, which is kind of a creamy yellow. Thanks for joining me today to talk about bare root, own root, and grafted roses. I'm gonna have monthly updates this year on how I take care of all these roses I've added, and of course, how I'm going to squeeze them all in at my house. I'd love to know your favorite roses and where you're growing. Please drop any of your rose questions below in the comments, and I'll be sure to ask the Heirloom Roses team and share it in the next rose video. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.